Welcome back. In this video and workbook, we're going to be discussing assembling a team to aid you in maximizing your recovery. There are very few homeowners who can face the insurance company alone and unaided and walk away with the best recovery. The reasons for this are myriad, but fall mainly into the camp of there is simply not enough of you to go around. When you have a loss, the insurance company undertakes to investigate that loss so as to determine their liability under the insurance contract. Now, implied in this activity is that the insurance company's investigation will be both fair and impartial. I've not always found this to be the case. Just recently, I was brought into a case following such an investigation. The insurance company, when presented with a claim, hired a quote-unquote impartial engineer to investigate that claim. Their report contained over 30 references to defects in the property. That report was then used as a basis for the insurance companies ascertaining that no payment was warranted. Here's the problem. The insured was not claiming damage to any of the property identified as defective in the report. In fact, damage from the cause of loss we were claiming was not even addressed at all. This is an example of what I call outcome-oriented engineering, and it goes on all the time. And you are the one who suffers as a result. So what do you do about it? I consider an investigation to be outcome-oriented when the purpose of that investigation is to find reasons not to pay the claim. Your first defense to an outcome-oriented investigation is observation. For example, when the insurance company sends an engineer out to inspect your loss, show the engineer the damage and explain why you believe the damage was caused by the event. Then observe what the engineer does to investigate your loss and ask questions about what they are observing. Now, the chances are they will not talk to you about what their findings are, and if they won't talk to you, don't worry about it. Don't press the issue or be argumentative. Their loyalty is to the insurance company paying their bill and not to you. What you're observing is the methodology of their investigation. Are they doing any testing? Are they asking for permission to do destructive testing? Are they looking for additional damage beyond what you showed them? What are they taking pictures of? In short, are they performing a comprehensive investigation or just a cursory inspection? After the engineer leaves, go back and take your own photographs mimicking those taken by the engineer. I have a public adjuster friend of mine who performs sinkhole investigations in Central Florida. He videotapes geotechnical inspections when his sinkhole claims as a matter of policy, and he tells of a story of videotaping one such inspection where the drill bit dropped almost 3 feet while the engineer's attention was diverted elsewhere. When the engineer determined that no sinkhole was present, he showed him the tape. In response, the engineer reversed his opinion. The moral here is that you have to watch out for your own interests. While we have limited ourselves to engineers as the sole source of outcome-oriented inspections, this is certainly not the case. Insurance companies have a variety of experts to help them in their investigations, engineers being only one. So let's discuss how to bring your own team together. Every claim consists of an investigation into coverage, liability, and damages. The coverage aspect can be fairly simple with first-party losses. It answers the question, is there a policy which provides coverage for the property in question? The liability issue is a bit more complicated. The question answered here is, do the facts of the loss translate into an obligation to pay? And this is usually where many of the experts brought in by the insurance company fall. They are there to determine facts. The insurance company then interprets those facts and answers the question, is payment owed? If the answer to each of these issues is yes, then an investigation into how much is owed commences. Understanding this coverage, liability, and damages progression helps you to determine what you need to do at each stage of the adjustment. For example, if the insurance company asserts that no policy is in force due to non-payment of premium, you must be able to prove payment was made and accepted. In the liability phase of the investigation, you have the right to conduct your own investigation to bring forth facts that support a factual scenario favoring you. We did that in the example discussed in the introduction. Anytime you can document a plausible explanation that offers a basis for coverage that contradicts the insurance company's explanation, you should do so. This may involve your hiring an engineer or other expert to help you, and may involve going to court to prove your point. If your claim is significant, it may be worth the fight. Now, if you believe that hiring your own team of experts is too expensive, consider the cost of repairing your home without payment from the insurance company if they decide to deny your claim. Your team should be assembled in a way that supports your objective of a fair claim settlement. Your team members can be broadly classified into three broad areas. Team members that help you to document what caused the loss. This is the investigative phase. Team members that help you in documenting the extent of damage. This mirrors the insurance company's investigation of damages. And team members that help you in negotiations. And we've touched upon the investigative phase of team building, discussing the need to hire your own experts when the company's experts appear to be outcome-oriented in their approach. And now we're going to be concentrating on teams that help with damages and negotiations. Claim denials aside, most disputes arise from a difference of opinion regarding the determination of damages. In ascertaining what needs to be done to effect repairs, adjusters rely upon a visual inspection, computer estimating programs, and perhaps a contractor. This is then combined into a payment recommendation and sent to the insurance company. You receive a check which may or may not be adequate to perform repairs. If you elect to use the insurance company's contractor, the contractor will often take the adjuster's estimate and combine that with some engineering drawings and obtain a permit and begin repairs. This is the equivalent of letting the number of bags of mulch determine the size of your flower bed. The size of the flower bed should determine the number of bags of mulch you need, not vice versa. When your home is damaged, you need to determine what is needed to effect repairs. You can do this two ways. One way is by preparing a scope of damage based upon the visible damage. This is the way most insurance claims are adjusted. The other way, and in my opinion the better way, is to have a professional engineer or architect prepare a scope of work and plans associated with that work, and then obtain a contractor's bid based upon that scope. Now note, on small losses where you're dealing mainly with drywall and some paint, this is not necessary. But on losses involving multiple trades and anything involving plumbing, mechanical, electrical, and structural, you really should consider bringing in an architect or an engineer to assist you in determining what needs to be done to effect repairs. And you do this for a number of reasons. First, the engineer or architect is going to ensure that everything that needs to be included in the repairs is included. Second, you have a scope of damage that can be presented to the adjuster as the basis for your claim. The architect or engineer can also explain to the adjuster why a particular item is included within the scope of loss and can be of assistance in getting any disputes resolved. If the adjuster disagrees with the architect or engineer scope, you can always sue and let the adjuster explain to a jury why their construction experience supersedes that of a licensed expert. Lastly, any contractor effecting repairs must follow the direction of the engineer of record. Having an architect or engineer on your side starts you on the road to a proper recovery. Also, their costs should be covered under your insurance policy. The second damage team member you want to assemble is that of a contractor, the contractor who you want to do repairs. Now, I'm not in favor of obtaining 2, 3, or 4 estimates and then submitting the highest 3 to the insurance company and using the cheapest to actually repair your home. I think this does a disservice to the other 3 contractors, and you are never assured that the estimates are equivalent in scope. The contractor with the cheapest price may be the most expensive in the long run because they've left something out. Rather, choose a contractor because of their expertise and capabilities, and then have them bid based upon the engineer's scope of work. Then submit both the bid and the engineer's scope of work to the insurance company. If the insurance company wants a competitive bid, then they can pay for it. These 2 team members work together for your benefit. Sometimes you just need help to get an insurance company to pay. Just because you have an engineer and a contractor have taken the right mitigation steps and have photographically documented your loss doesn't mean that an insurance company is going to pay. It makes it more problematic if they do not, but the insurance company can and will do what the insurance company wants. And when this happens, you need to bring out your negotiation team. This might be a public insurance adjuster, or it might be an attorney, depending on your needs. A public adjuster may be useful if you're having problems over price and scope and need someone to aid you and guide you through the claims adjustment process. They can advise you about appraisal, mediation, or other dispute resolution methods, and can represent you in many cases. Many times they have working relationships with insurance adjusters and may be able to get an otherwise unresponsive adjuster to reconsider your claim. Where you need an attorney, there is no substitute. If you find yourself having to sue your insurance company to obtain benefits, or because they have denied your claim in whole or in part, you need an attorney. I've worked with many first-party property attorneys over the years and can attest to the expertise that they bring to the table. When you are in this situation, the time it takes to settle your claim will be extended considerably. Talk to your attorney about the feasibility of borrowing money or using savings to repair your home while litigation is ongoing. The cost of borrowing or the lost interest from using savings may become a part of your claim. Your attorney is best able to advise you in this regard. One thing is for certain, it's a lot easier duking it out with the insurance company from the comfort of a repaired home than from one that is still in a disarray. Now, while this workbook and video focuses upon 4 primary team members, your claim may involve others not mentioned here. For example, many people use interior designers to help them deal with the decor of their home, specialty painters and carpenters. The cost of these specialists should also be included in your claim and covered under your policy. Another area subject to team building is with real estate agents and corporate housing experts. If your home is damaged to the point that it's not habitable, you may need to live elsewhere, and these experts can help you in this regard. Because each loss is unique, listing all the possible people and companies to assist you in your recovery is next to impossible. The point with team building is to identify your need and seek to fill that need with qualified professionals. You're in charge here, and I encourage you not to relinquish that responsibility to the insurance adjuster. First off, to do so is expensive, and secondly, they will never do the same quality job that you will. This is Benefit Bill Kaufman bringing you information that you can use to take charge of your claim for greater gain. Have a great day.